Nerd morning, everyone. My name is Jeremy, and a lot of manga series grow vertically, or in other words, they have one single series and they continue going along that one big story. And that's pretty different than the comic aspect where we have things like the Justice League and you're learning about that story as well as Batman who's involved in the Justice League as well as Wonder Woman and Superman, and so they're building stories as well as going vertically, building out that single story. They're also building the world out, and they're building the story horizontally. The Avengers and the Marvel Cinematic Universe really exemplify this in a movie form, where for this particular movie, there were a bunch of prequels that were all being laid out as a foundation in this horizontal form in order to be able to continue to grow forward. Now, there are some really cool examples of this in manga, even though manga, generally speaking, has this vertical format. They're not really building expanded universes with multiple series that are all in the same shared universe. And that makes it really approachable for a lot of people to jump in and read manga because they're not having to build and explore all of these different aspects and avenues of the manga series and the world that they create. There are a couple of examples, and this is something as a big comic reader and someone who has gone from that background, I get really excited about big shared universes. So one that's really popular, very well known, is Sword Art Online. This is the first main story arc, Ironclad, and this story really focuses mainly around Kirito, with Asuna as a really strong secondary character. And their story gets built as it expands with other story arcs like Fairy Dance, and those are again being built vertically. But we now also have other stories that are in that universe that are shared with it. Sword Art Online Progressive focuses a little bit more on Asuna and a little less on Kirito as the focus. And that, I think, is really cool. And these stories go, they're like building horizontally, building that world out. Another one that this series has that I really love is the Girls Ops. The friends of Kirito and Asuna, they team up and make their own group, and they go on their own adventures. And I think that's really cool, and that expands the world out horizontally even further. Another example of this is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? This series features the character named Belle. Super fun, interesting character. Then we get a series where this is kind of like his love interest, and these are stories that revolve around her and her family. And then he also goes to this cafe, and he has a lot of friends there. And here's one of the fairy individuals that works at that cafe, and some of the adventures that she has by herself. And I think that those are really cool as well. Another one that does this is the big famous My Hero Academia. There is the kind of like the parallel chibi world Smash that has a lot of comedy and it kind of pokes fun at the main series, and I think that's really cool. But there's also expanded stuff like Team Up Missions, which just builds the characters out a little bit farther, and then you have ones that are completely unrelated to those main characters that we have in My Hero Academia with Vigilantes. This one has completely different characters, but expands the world even farther, and so it's not only building stories vertically, but it's going horizontally in that realm as well. And it's something I absolutely love, and I'm fascinated when stories go out horizontally. So some of these inside of that manga genre is something I'm really interested and excited about, and I had to talk about that with you. What are other ones that you guys are aware of? Let me know. Put those in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas and thoughts about this topic, and I would love you guys to share your thoughts as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.